Hi, I'm Ray. Today I'm going to show you how to grow your own onion sets and garlic from the cloves. We're at the allotment. It's a bit of a grey day down here, no chance of rain, but it's still quite warm, so we're going to prepare the ground for the onions and for the garlic, and we'll show you how we're going to plant them in the allotment plot. So let's go. So we've still got a few crops growing. We've still got some carrots, the sunflowers have all pretty much had it, and the marigolds are pretty sad now. So this year I'm going to plant all my crops this way. Last year I did them this way, and we do get the sun going from east to west, and it's probably not the best idea, but I'm growing them in height order. So the root vegetables are in this end, and the runner beans and the taller broad beans are going to be at the back of the plot, and then we're going to have a slope all the way down. So when we walk along the path, we can see them going up in size. That would be a good idea. But anyway, this is where the garlic and the onions are going, and I'm going to use the tiller. And this is the Wolf Garten tiller, and if you've not used one of these, they're pretty good. So I'm going to prepare the area. Good idea not to get the flowers, and this breaks up the ground really easy. What is easier than that? And there's a video, I'll have a link above, of the Wolf Garten miller, and it's an ideal tool for the allotment garden. So the garlic we are planting is called Marco, and I have a video of how to plant the garlic. I'll put a link above. For this one we're just splitting the cloves, adding a few more cloves to our bowl, and we're just separating the big bulb, removing the outer leaves, making sure they're firm. And that's the garlic we'll be planting for this year. This is a soft neck, as you can see, the soft neck variety, and we don't need all that. So that's the garlic, and we've got our sign Marco. Next are the onions. We'll be doing Sencho. This is Sencho Onions, which is a Japanese onion, and we bought these from a nursery, and they were just a couple of pounds. And we're just going to go through the onions, checking for any stuffed ones like this. It's not going to work, so we leave them out. What that is, I don't know. Stone. So we go through our onions, and we make our sign. So that's the Sencho. quite a few big ones in there. There's a few little duff ones. Not the biggest out of the bunch, but they'll do. So that's the Sencho Onions. And next is Autumn Champion. And I added a video of growing these, and we started some in the seed trays. So I'm just going through checking these. They're pretty much okay. And then we need our sign. Autumn Champion. So that's all that we'll be growing today, and we'll get these in the ground. So we have our beds all prepared, and I'm just marking out the spacing. So I'm just doing the garlic row. This is the first one. I'm doing this 14 inches from the edge of the bed all the way along, as last year we had marigolds along the edge, and then we had our garlic and then onions. So the next row I'm going to do is 8 inches between the rows of the garlic and the onion, and that will allow enough space in between the garlic and the onions that we can give it a good hoe in between. And then the next row of onions is another 8 inches. So that's going to be our base for our onions and our garlic. So let's get them in. So I've made a little measuring stick with a tape measure. I've marked all the inches along, and then we can just go along now planting the garlic and the onions. So the garlic we're doing 6 inches apart, and the onions we're going to do 5 inches apart, and with the rows between around 8 centimeters, 8 inches. So let's get them in. We've got a little dibber today, and we're going to use this for doing the garlic. So 6 inches, every 6 inches we get our garlic, pointy end up, root end down. We plant it covering the soil, and then we're going to go all the way along. Choosing the bigger cloves first. We go all the way along. So we're just tucking them under. Like so. And we're just burying them up. Like that. So if we take out our little onion set, they are just a mini onion that stopped growing, and now we can grow it on. And as we can see, it's got a rooty bit and a pointy bit. The roots go in the ground. We just cover it up just to the little tips are sticking out. We do need to make sure they're covered, as the birds do come along thinking it's a worm and pull them out. So if you've got some cover, fleece or some netting. Might be an ideal to cover over the onions, stop them being pulled out. So now we're going on to the Sencho Onions, and these are going to be planted 4 inches between each other, and we're just making a small dent, but we're keeping the tops of these stuck out in the air. We're choosing the bigger ones first, and we're just pushing them down. So we're just seeing the tips stuck out, like so. Four, 4, 4, 4. Pop them in, press them down, leaving the tips out. So I better carry on and get all these onions in while the weather's still nice and warm. So thank you very much, and I'll add a link on the video here of how to grow garlic, so check that out. Cheers!